Hi, I'm Alexander.
And I'm Orbit.
Today we're going to be talking about some of the updates that we're doing in Space Slurpies as a result of the free demo that we put out a few weeks ago. This is one of the best things about doing a free demo is it's an easy way to get the game in the hands of some of the players and to hear what they have to say.
Yeah, sometimes what they say isn't that helpful, but every now and then you get a nugget of knowledge.
Yeah, but it is true. We actually really like getting feedback from the players, and we think that it's invaluable. There's a couple things that really came out of this last demo that we wanted to highlight, and we want to show you how we're improving the game as we get ready for final release.
Yeah, and then there's some pieces of feedback that we will never do, but thank you anyway.
Okay, no need to get sarcastic. But yes, let's get started. The first thing that we heard over and over was people asking, is there a tutorial? A lot of people wanted to know how to play the game, they wanted to know the rules, and we'll admit, this was an oversight for us as we first developed Space Slurpies.
Yeah, we honestly thought, who could not figure out how to play this type of game?
Well, I think part of the oversight was we thought a lot of people had played the old arcade games like Snake and Centipede and those, but not everybody has, and so it's not fair to assume that they're going to automatically know the rules of the game or know how to play it, especially because it's in VR. So, one of the things that we've added in the final launch of Space Slurpies is a tutorial.
And the best part about that tutorial is that it's starring me.
That's right. Orbit is actually leading the tutorial. I think this is great because this is another cross-pollination within our games and also brings back a lovable character into the Space Slurpies universe. So Orbit will lead the tutorial, and in fact, if you want to see a sneak peek of what that looks like, we'll play it right now.
Hello, I'm Orbit, and I'm going to teach you how to play Space Slurpies. I thought it was easy enough, but here's the tutorial anyway. Wherever you move your hand, your slurp will follow. It's following my hand and eating the edibles. Eating the edibles will grow the length of your slurp. See how he gets longer and longer? Pretty easy, right? Okay, things to avoid. You should definitely avoid hitting yourself, because that's just dumb. You should avoid hitting other objects like jazzeroids that show up on the map, and enemies. Also, don't hit other slurps. If you avoid all these objects, you could be the last person alive and win the game. 3 stars means you're the final survivor and you are the victor. Wasn't that great?
Yeah, good job. You did well. Okay, the next thing that we heard a lot was people wanted to be able to replay the game. And so this is actually one of the best things for us to hear because that means that they're enjoying the game, they want to play more of it, and they want a quick way to get back into it. Currently, the way the demo works is you'd have to end the game, exit, go back through the menu, select your map, and play again. And I admit, it's not a great process. What we did instead is we've added a pause menu that shows up. You can bring it either with the pause button, or it'll come up automatically at the end of the game. And then you can use a little Slurpee that's marked your hand to select if you want to replay or if you want to quit. So you have that option to keep playing if you want to.
Oh, are you going to tell them about the Ghost Slurp?
Okay, one of the delighters that we decided to add into the game was called the Ghost Slurp. When your character, your little Slurp, dies in the game, he is replaced by a Ghost Slurp. This tiny Ghost Slurpee is now what is on your hand and what you can use to select the pause menu. It's just a small thing, but it's something that we really love and we were excited about when we came up with the idea. Okay, the other big one. Players weren't sure how they died. This goes a little bit back to the tutorial. I think the tutorial will cover our bases a little bit, explain how the game works, explain that you shouldn't run into yourself, shouldn't run into other objects and things like that. But still, in the hecticness of Space Slurpies, it's possible that people accidentally ran into something and didn't see what it was they ran into. So now, in the heads-up display, it'll show you exactly how you lost the game. It'll say if you ran into yourself, if you ran into another snake, if you ran into a jazzeroid or a specter. It'll tell you all of that. That way it's very clear when you lost the game, you know why you lost the game. And then finally, one other small tweak is we received a lot of feedback that people were running into walls and barriers, and so they asked that we reduce the boundaries a little bit. We did it just a tad, about 20%, just so that players aren't wandering outside of a safe area. Definitely in VR, this is something that we always have to be careful of because it's real physical actions in a real physical world, and so we want to be smart about what we do or don't enable and like how far we let people go. So we brought the boundaries in a little bit, and I think that'll help.
Hey, what happened to your Obi-Wan hair? It was finally getting long enough that you could put it into a ponytail.
Oh, I cut it off.
You cut it off? Like yourself?
Yeah, I give myself my own haircuts.
Oh, that explains the spot on the back.
Hey, I didn't do that bad of a job. It's just been a while since I cut my hair.
Yeah, I know, it's kind of strange. Are you going through a breakup or something like that?
Okay, well, I think that's all, folks. We just want to show you the changes that we made in Space Slurpies, and we hope that you enjoy it. Check out the full game. We'll be releasing as soon as possible. Thanks. Bye.
Brought to you by Starcade Arcade.